Okay, this is an example of how to implement a multiple choice kind of mechanic in the EZPZ toolkit. So I'll just explain what we have here. So basically these are two rigs. Basically these are just cycler lists. One side is you have to go up and down to move through the list, and the other side is basically just directly go to any part of the list to get to there. So the task in these two situations is to try and match these two particular items here. And this is basically an abstracted version of what might be useful for multiple choice mechanics, or any mechanic where you need to check to see if something is a pair. But essentially, let's just have a look at what it works. So obviously these are a pair. So this is designed so if I click on this, it will give me an answer whether it's correct or not. So if I click on that button here, it says it's correct, and if I click on this, it's not really a button, but yeah, the item here, that's also correct. And if I choose another item, like if we click on these two, they're not correct. So same deal with this. Basically, it will only be correct if the two lines are lined up. Now, this is just a bit of an illusion. It's just been set up that way, so it looks like that. The underlying mechanism behind this is the check is active script. So essentially what it's doing is it's checking to see if its corresponding pair is active. And as you might have observed, if we just go through this list, I'm just going to press play now. As we go through the list, you can see on this side here, like where I'm moving my mouse, not where the thing is looking, the different objects that are active obviously change, because that's how the list items work. So automatically, for free, like whatever the pairing item is becomes inactive. So that's how the active check works. So if I were to click on this or click on this, if we have a look at its pairing item, it's not active. So alright, so we have a look at this line, and then we click on line 0 on the other side, that other one, that's not active. And you can see we have these events in here. Basically, if our check item, which is the item we say should be the correct item, is active, then we just go ahead and run this event, check true, on check true, and this label over here is just the correct label. So if we were just to like activate that, that is just the correct one. Now the cool thing about this particular label is it has this countdown script, and basically what it does is every time we activate it, the countdown starts running. So just like keep track of what's happening over here. If we just say turn that on, you can see that it sort of counts down, so the message pops up and disappears. That's how we're able to have the message show up continuously, so it's not just staying there. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So just repeating, just like I'll just do one more example of how this works. So if we look at line 2, so line 2 has this check is active script, and line 2 is also just functionally a button, because you can see we have this interactable general object over here, and it's got a mesh collider, and that's why it acts like a button, and the EZPZ recognizes it as a button. So when you hover over it, like the little hand, the crosshair turns into a hand too, so you know it's interactable. But what it's doing is, on its first interact event, it's just basically calling itself, and then it's doing this check is active do check. So basically it's calling this particular component here. So the way to get to that, so if we were to actually just set this up from scratch, there would be nothing there, and I'll just leave that because it might get a bit tedious, but all you need to do is you just need to press plus, and then call itself. In this case, it's this guy over here, and then basically we just go to the relevant component. I'm just going to move this across here so the menu items get seen. Hang on. So basically here, we drag this onto here, and then we go to check is item active, and then we say do the check. And then once we do the check, it'll basically check to see if this is on, like the one that's paired, or off. If it's on, then this event gets activated. If it's off, then the incorrect message gets activated like this. So the incorrect message is set up in the same way as the correct message tag. Basically, if we activate this, it'll basically be active for a little while and automatically deactivate, just like a pop-up message. So it just goes mew. But yeah, so if we were to just go ahead and do this, so I'm going to click this guy now. So that's the one that we just reset up. We click on it, and it's checking to see if its paired line, line 2 over here is on or off, but it's off, so it activated the incorrect message. And if we were to change it so that the line 2 on the other side is active, and then click that same button that we set up again, it's correct. So yeah, you can kind of switch up and change this to different permutations, but they can use the same logic to do a bunch of different things, and this is just one example of how to do multiple choice type mechanics in EZPZ Toolkit. Alright, that's probably long enough. Thank you for listening. See you soon.